Hi, guys. Eric Pathy here at PickDogs.com. We're looking at the results. It's late tonight. We had a great week out. We had a 34 unit winning week. 34 winning unit week with the juice. And like I said, what can I tell you guys? We're just getting into March Madness. This is the video for Monday. Man, it's amazing. It was March 1st. Now all of a sudden it's March 4th. The video on Monday, March 4th, and March 3rd, and before you blink, I'll be in Las Vegas. So, with that being said, if you guys want to make the most of this high volume month, by all means, send me a text message. I want to address one thing with Al before we get into the complimentary selection. Al, I asked you this. A client asked me, he said, is it really only 3% of the games over a long, broad sample size? And the answer is, you said yes, but it sometimes it all comes at once. It feels like in the last couple of weeks, a lot of games have come down or been affected with line moves. But really, when you zoom out, long term, don't buy points, guys. I'm going to say it 3 times. Don't buy points, don't buy points, don't buy points. And it's not really going to affect your P&L that much if you're playing on an annual basis.
Well, and when I say I'm talking about the closing line, games
Right.
landing like within a half point of the closing line. I'm not talking about a game that opens at 3, moves to 5.5,
Right.
and you've got that 2.5 point gulf where then it's going to be more than 3%. But when you're looking at okay, is it worth buying a half point to go from plus 10.5 to plus 11? So a half point increment? No.
I mean, but
it's obviously not worth buying from 3 to 5.5 either. I mean, that's just
so. Believe it or not, I have clients in the past that are very wealthy, and they literally will buy max points, and I'm just like, every game's minus 180. I'm like, you can't.
That's a bookmaker's wet dream.
Exactly. So I know a lot of guys out there. You think if I buy, I would have won. You could take today's game, Illinois State. It opened up at whatever it opened up, closed whatever it closed.
9.5, closed at 11.
Exactly. So anybody that would have bought that down, even if you would have bought it down 2 points, I mean, it's just not worth it. So I'm going to keep drilling that because believe it or not, Al, a lot of people before they join have these bad habits. And obviously you're in a state where it's not legal. In my state, in Maryland, when you log into the FanDuels and the DraftKings of the world, they're constantly enticing you to do the things that are negative EV, like buy points.
Yeah, I mean, the easiest way to explain it to people is it's like anything. It's like when the pizza shop determines the price of the pizza, they have to determine the cost of the goods and the labor and all that, and then they determine what the price of the pizza is. So they make a profit. It's the same thing with bookmaking. What are the chances that this game is going to land within a half point? Let's raise the price to buy the half point so we make a profit. It's the same concept. So you don't need to know much more than that.
Exactly. It's like, I don't know if you're a table gambler, but I'll go to the casino with clients and they play Baccarat and they'll waste all their money on the tie instead of just the banker or the player. They're adding that third wager. It's like, guys, that's just, when it hits, you remember, but sorry, guys, that's negative EV. So, Again, I just wanted to talk about that because it does seem like in the last couple of weeks, a lot of games have been coming down to the quote-unquote closing number, and a lot of people, and when it happens, they ask, and I constantly give them the same answer over and over again. So,
well, I mean, we had 16 or 18, whatever, basketball plays with the 2 plays we added on Saturday. And the 2 games that were close to the closing number, there was New Orleans. We released it plus 10.5. It moved down in some spots to 10, and it landed on 10. So that was within a half point. And then the other game was Portland State, which we released at minus 3.5, and it landed on 3, and in some place it closed at 3. But that's also 16 games that didn't land within the number. So what you have to understand is, if you're laying $1.20 on 16 games, just to maybe secure a push on one, it's just not a good decision because you're laying $1.20 on all those other games.
Like you said, a bookmaker's wet dream. I used to say, Duke used to say, bookmaker's delight. all those little basically exotic ways that you can supposedly improve your chances, and you're just giving them more vig. With that being said, reach out to me, guys, if you want to pick up the all access. And I know you're looking at an NBA game for this Monday.
Yeah, and and like I'm even looking at all the NBA scores today. Not one game landed within a half point.
Right.
I mean, it's just, but people will remember the ones that do.
Exactly.
So, yeah, let's go with the Charlotte Hornets against the Golden State Warriors. I think Kuminga is questionable for this game. The number's sitting at plus 11.5. Charlotte is a home dog. Charlotte, of course, coming off that upset loss to the Washington Wizards in their last game. But when you get a home dog of more than 8 points, that's often upset loss in its previous game. Those home dogs have rolled to an 83-42 ATS mark. We'll take Charlotte plus the 11.5 at home versus Golden State.
Charlotte plus the 11.5 at home against the Warriors. As always, guys, give me a text if you want to join. Good day and good luck.